Hello, I'm Chef Mark with LearnToCook.com. Today we'll be learning how to make a meatloaf. This is an exciting recipe. I know you'll really enjoy it. What I like to use is a little beef base, and I always will saute up some onions, a little golden brown, so it gives the meatloaf a nice savory flavor. I also like to add diced porcini or small portobello mushrooms in my mixture. Here we have, with the mushrooms, breadcrumbs, basic breadcrumbs, dry breadcrumbs, and I have some water in which I mix my little beef base with. And then I have ground chuck. I use 75%, 25% ground chuck, which means 75% lean, 25% fat, because we like our meatloaf to have nice, great flavor. If you use sirloin, it'll be kind of dry and people won't like it as much. So with the onions and the mushrooms, that adds a nice savory texture and a great flavor. So let's combine those ingredients together. So, adding to our breadcrumb and mushroom and beef stock and water mix is the ground chuck 75-25 that I broke up into smaller pieces. It's always best to let the meat get a little room temperature. You don't leave it out for 5 hours, but you just want to get room temperature. So this is a nice way to make the meatloaf in a nice large bowl. Use the spoon at first, or you can use the spoon the entire time if you don't want to get your hands in there. I'm going to mix it by hand, but first I sprayed some loaf pans, right? Generally sprayed a loaf pan with oven spray. Let's mix the meat together. Just turn over and under to incorporate. It's a nice moist mixture. The final touch would be to put those beautiful onions inside at the end. That gives it such a great flavor. I don't put garlic in my meatloaf. You can if you want to. But this smells wonderful already. The nice butter I use to saute the onions, a little golden brown, little brown. Beautiful flavor that it will give. So this is 4 pounds of meat. If you're going to make meatloaf, you can bake one and then freeze the other one. So now we're ready to put that nice meat mixture. Press it firmly into the ends in the corner. I liberally sprayed that. That's very important. Press it in. Take some out of that one, give to this one. Let's see how easy of a recipe that is. And the chuck's the key to having, ground chuck is the key to having a very moist and flavorful. Now you can also lay bacon strips if you want on the top of that, right? Lay some bacon strips over the top for that extra flavor. And then we'll just add a little water. Just on the top, press it really nice. I like to press the sides in, as you can see. That way it has a nice dome shape. That's traditional for many times in meatloaf. Like a loaf of bread shape, a dome shape. And many times we also make a Viennese meatloaf. We put hard-boiled egg in the center, then cover it with meat. That's another great recipe. So now we're ready to bake this into our oven. Let's put it onto baking pan. When you bake any loaf, bread, or pie dough or shells, always be sure you have it on a sheet pan, evenly distributes the heat. And now we'll put this in the oven for 375 degrees until the interior is well done. That should be 165 degrees. We'll show you later when it's done. Okay, here we are, our meatloaf, nice and moist and juicy, at least 155 degrees. That's the required temperature to cook ground beef. It's reaching a maximum of 185, so that'll be well done. That's beautiful. Nice and moist and tender. You'll see that the chuck has some fat. You'll pour that fat out. But that is a beautiful meatloaf, great flavor, nice moist texture All you need is your favorite sauce on it. You'll really enjoy that. Enjoy that recipe. Bon appetit. Well, thanks for joining us today at learntocook.com. Be sure to comment and to subscribe. Also visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great day and thank you.